What's going on, everybody? This is Afro Think Tank. Today we're going to talk about the Indian people. All right, by Indian I mean Indian Americans people, Indian people. Have y'all heard about the cockroach protest? Have y'all heard about the cockroach protest? Well, let me tell you about it. Okay. Now, in India, they have a test. All right. This test is the most important test in India. Okay. Just like many other Asian countries, parents spend a lot of money and resources making sure that their children can pass this test and do great and wonderful on this test. Because if you pass the test, right, is one giant test. If you pass the test, you may possibly, not guaranteed, you may possibly be able to get out of squander, out of misery. Because Indian people in India are miserable. Okay, we're talking about the people who you would compare to African Americans. The everyday Indian are miserable, okay? Because a lot of Indian Americans like to compare themselves to us, even though those Indian Americans are the higher upper echelon of the caste system Indians who subjugate the rest of the Indians in India. That's why I say no Indian is touchable until the untouchables are touchable. No Indian is touchable until the untouchables is touchable. Because you Indian Americans who come here and judge us, like the Viveka Ramaswamy, who's currently right now running for Ohio, and he has the nerve to talk on blacks and what we need in this country, or why we are in the situation we are into from the point of white supremacy, talking to white people and not talking to us. He thinks he can speak on behalf of us. But see, he's one of those people who, if he was in India, he would be subjugating those very same Indians who got a protest because of a test. You see, what happened was somebody leaked the test. So what happens if somebody leaked the test? That means they're going to have to scrap the test and do another test, right? So the minister, whoever was in charge, decided to do that. But you know what that does? That means everybody who's been spending their whole lives, and all the parents who spend all their money and resources for tutors, for books, for extra classes, for them to pass this test, that means everything is null and void. That means these children who are suffering in India, your country, all you Indian Americans who like to judge African Americans and think that you are better than us and try to compare yourself to us, but you don't compare to us. You don't compare to us because you're the higher upper class. You don't compare. If you want to compare yourself to somebody, compare yourself to all the successful black African Americans who are rich. Compare yourself to the African Americans in your tax bracket, and you will see that we're more successful than you, and it doesn't come close, statistically. But you like to compare yourself to the lower realms, just struggling every day 9-to-5er who lives within the system and get taken advantage by that system. But you don't talk about in India, the place you ran from, after subjugating and probably still subjugating the people right now, after you ran from, you don't compare us to your 9-to-5 who got to struggle under the system you guys create. You see, we got an excuse. We got white supremacy. Evil, savage barbarian that does nothing but predatory capitalism. But this is your country. These your people. They all you. You got no excuses. You guys barely acknowledge the fact that the British raped, murdered, and pillaged you guys. You act like that shouldn't happen. You guys are soft and all of that, and you come over here, you capitulate the white supremacy. And every country you go to that white man picks your ass up and sends you, you subjugate the people, and you're always on white supremacy side against black people. It's like that in the Caribbean. It's like that in America. It's like that in Canada. It's like that in the UK. It's like that in Africa. Every place the white man picks your Indian ass up and takes you, you subjugate the people along with the white people. And now you guys are complaining about racism from the white people who you help subjugate the rest of the world and disrespect the rest of the world. Going to Africa, disrespecting Africans on their own continent, but you don't want to be in your nasty ass country now, do you? You don't want to go there and fix anything in your country, do you? So you abandon your people and you subjugate other people, white people, thinking you're going to be accepted, huh? I ain't never seen no brown mayonnaise. It ain't never gonna be none, because they've never respected you. They just like that you a good dog, a good pet. But you see those Indians in India, they gotta fight. They're in a situation where they're out here protesting. 20 Indians have already died in the protest for a fucking test. That's how serious it is for them. A test. In their whole life, they gotta hit the streets for a test. All they want is for the Minister of Education, whoever, to be fired, to be held accountable, and your government won't even do it. But you over here talking about what our government is doing to us, or what you wanna lead us. Viveka Ramaswamy wanna lead the white people in Ohio, but Viveka Ramaswamy can't go there and lead his own people in India. But you want to talk about what it is we do and why we in our situation here in America. No, let's talk about you and your place. Let's talk about the success of your people in India, to the point to where a whole country has to protest, riot, storm, attack police officers beating protesters for a goddamn test. That's the kind of situation y'all got in y'all country, but y'all want to talk about us. Now, I want to talk to the Indian people. All right? The everyday, the 9 to 5ers, the ones that work hard, the ones that being subjugated. I want to talk to you. All right? Now, just understand, you part of the Asian group, so we not fucking with your goddamn business over here, and we ain't getting our business. So that shit, we're going to move past that, all right? We ain't stopping that, all right? Well, I'm talking to you guys. Now, the goddamn minister called y'all roaches. It was meant to be a slur, to disrespect you, to belittle you, right? To dehumanize you. But you guys took that word cockroach, and y'all switched it up. Y'all changed it. Sounds familiar, doesn't it, huh? So now it's a badge of honor. Y'all took that shit, and y'all turned it into a badge of honor. So that's y'all word now. Right? So now, we gotta, because this is gonna be an issue if this is your word. Now, first you're gonna have to figure out how it's supposed to be said. All right? Is it cockroach or cockroach? All right? Which one is negative and which one is positive? You just let me know. All right? Black folks, white folks, Asian folks, Spanish folks, you can't call an Indian over there cockroach. That ain't your word. It's a slur when you say it. Only they can say it because this is a term of endearment that they used, right, to fight against the negativity that the word was supposed to be, used for. So that's their word. We got our own word, they got their own word. Now, here's the thing. Now, we know y'all Indian people over there, right? Y'all know y'all want to say it, right? So here's the thing. If we can't say cockroach, and you know what you can't say, you gotta come to the table. If we can call you a cockroach, I'm pretty sure they probably they don't want permission to say it. And we know y'all say it over there when you around. I know y'all do. I'm just talking about around us. Now, we call you cockroach, you can say nigga. All right, can't say it with the ER. Say it with the ER, in fighting words, right? And we gotta run a fade. All right, but you gotta let us know how to say it for y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, is it cockroach or cockroach? Because, if we accidentally say the wrong one, then I guess you gotta run a fade. And I think that should be the rule. If we say the wrong one, you gotta run a fade. All right? We are more than willing to run a fade with y'all. You know what I'm saying? It's only fair, right? But so I think we established those rules. You just let me know if there's an Indian delegation watching. You know what I'm saying? You let me know if it's okay for us to say it. Because otherwise, respectfully, I won't say it. I won't say cockroach. I can talk about the cockroach movement, but I won't call you out. I can, hey, my cockroach, I ain't gonna do that if it's not cool. Just let me know. But if you wanna be able to say it, we gotta sit down, negotiate it, have a couple panels, and then we can hash all that shit out. But just let me know for future references. Anyway, y'all check this out. I support the Indian people in India, right, trying to fight for a future for their people, because they shouldn't have to suffer, because they're all their rich people, diaspora all over the world, right? They got space programs, but they can't feed and house and clothe their own people. They can't provide their people with a decent life, but they can go do all this other stuff. They can be up here with the junta, the African which ones that John Hopkins getting the best health care, while the Indian people in India can't get no health care. All the rich people, all the rich oligarchs from all the world, the rich Russians, the rich British, the rich Europeans, the rich Latins, the rich Americans, all the rich Polish, the rich Africans, they all hang out together. While we all down here gotta suffer, because of their consequences, of the decisions that they make, we gotta die for it. We gotta suffer for it and starve for it because they playing games and stuff. And they can just do that. And that's the world we live in. It's time for a change. Anyway, tell me what you think in the comment sections. Afro Think Tank, learn some, teach them. I'm out.
This was the biggest protest that has been mounted against Prime Minister Narendra Modi by the Gen Z, and it seems that it is catching momentum. This was started by an online movement, known as the Corporate Janta Party, which was a satire initially. Later on, it eventually galvanized into a big movement after a prominent activist was taken to the hospital after he was on a hunger strike for 21 days. The story continues to develop. So far, we have no reports of injuries, but police has been using force, and we will continue to report from here.
They call themselves the cockroaches. And what started as a joke might just be able to challenge Modi's right-wing government in India.
This is a government that is notoriously very intolerant of dissent. You very rarely see these kinds of shows of anti-government anger or protest.
The Spark, India's Chief Justice, comparing the country's unemployed youth to parasites during a court hearing in May. He said there are youngsters like cockroaches who don't get any employment or have any place in the profession.
It was started by this guy Abhijit, who was in America, and he heard this comment by the Chief Justice of India, one of the most powerful people in the country. And so he put out a call on social media saying, you know, what if all the cockroaches came together? What started as this kind of joke, satirical call out, you know, he got this massive response. So, you know, with the help of AI and some friends, he made this kind of satirical cockroach Janta party, fake party website, including a manifesto.
2 weeks later, their Instagram had more than 22 million followers. And the government tried to block it from X on national security grounds. The movement went from meme to reality.
They were joined by Sonam Wangchuk. He's a man who's seen to have great integrity. And he joined this protest, and he said in solidarity he would do a hunger strike.
And on Monday, tens of thousands of people took to the streets in defiance of police orders.
So this is young people's voices here to be heard, young people who have been kind of, you know, feel like they've been completely ignored, that they're, you know, really suffering in India, that this is an education system that is, you know, not helping them, that is actually kind of ruining their lives, and then they go into a job market that doesn't have any employment for them. And this was them kind of mobilizing as a mass.
Its core demand has been the resignation of the country's education minister over an exam leaking scandal, which has been linked to more than 20 suicides. Responding to the protests, a politician from the ruling government said,
तो आप आम ट्विस्ट नहीं कर सकते गवर्नमेंट को कि आपको किसको सैक करिए किसको रखिए.
Meanwhile, a leader from the opposition party
प्रॉब्लम्स हैं, बड़े-बड़े इश्यूज हैं, आप डिस्कस करने के लिए राजी नहीं है और बच्चों पे आप टीयर गैस कर रहे हो और उनकी पिटाई कर रहे हो, किस लिए? बच्चे हैं हमारे.
This movement has kind of brought about a very interesting shift where it's like they're the biggest section of society and they are the future, and ultimately they are your future voters. And if you leave them untapped, then, you know, these kind of eruptions of them, something that could start to happen.
Barricades shook, tempers exploded, tear gas filled the air as police fought to hold the line. Well, as you can see behind me, tens of thousands of protesters, mostly students, have gathered at the heart of Delhi. They're shouting slogans against the government. They're carrying placards about the education system. It's been raining here since morning. It's very humid, but that hasn't deterred them from coming here. People here are extremely frustrated by the education system, especially because of the continuous examination leaks. They're also tired of the cancellation of entrance exams.
I hope they listen to us, because if not now, then I don't know if it's a democracy or like dictatorship.
This government is only interested in power, fame and money.
India's health minister met with the Cockroach Party representatives today, putting forward their demands. They said the protest won't end until India's education minister, Dharmendra Pradhan, steps down. They want change. They're asking for accountability.
Today, what the Delhi police has done, the way they have beaten students, the way they have hit on the students' heads, it is very shameful. Due to this, the country's reputation is being damaged worldwide, and we all know why Delhi police did all this, because they received orders from Narendra Modi and Amit Shah. Delhi police have hit on the head of a 12-year-old girl. Their male police officers have kicked her in the chest. A male police officer has hit on the head of the 12-year-old. Due to this, with extreme sadness, I inform you all that Sonam Sir has announced that he will continue his hunger strike.
Sonam Sir ने अपना अनशन जारी रखने का घोषणा की है.
No, there was an unlawful assembly that had to be dealt with. There were some incidents of stone pelting, and the Delhi police have detained some protesters. Appropriate action is being taken. Appropriate action लिया जा रहा है.
India's cockroach party, the CJP. Why have tens of thousands of young Indians descended on Delhi, and why has the state responded with alleged brutality and mass arrests? Why are so many of them, from a peaceful protest, according to them, ended up in hospital? Well, first of all, the Chief Justice referred to India's young and often unemployed people as cockroaches, meaning they are a stain on respectable society. They're vermin. They offer nothing. They're despicable and dirty. And the leader of the movement, Dipke, said, well, what if all the cockroaches come together? So that's what they've done. Now, they're not working through ordinary activist or democratic channels. It's something else. It's more of a Nepal-like move, or a situationist move, which means it's the expression of a tragicomic, satirical, almost despairing sentiment that nothing has worked for so long, they've had enough, and they're just gonna take to the streets like cockroaches, moving in the furrows, moving in the margins. Yes, you haters. Yes, we are a stain on middle-class society. Yes, your house is not as in order and spotless as you claim it to be, and we're not gonna go anywhere. We are resilient. We are tough. We are brave. And we may well be all the things you say we are, but we still matter. That's what they're saying, and it seems like they are on the point of doing something quite meaningful.
To understand the virality of the cockroach Janta party, you've really got to understand what the youth of India right now are frustrated about. The movement kind of lends itself to these very controversial remarks that India's Chief Justice made about a month ago.
There are youngsters like cockroaches. They don't get any employment.
You have this classic case of India's Gen Z saying, well, you know what? You call us cockroaches, well, we're going to own it. And they turn that slur into a badge of resistance, or a badge of honor, if you will. And the founder of the party, Abhijit Dipke, he's a 30-year-old Boston University graduate.
India produces about 5 million graduates every year. Less than 3 million actually get a job.
The pressure is insane. And that's another reason why we're seeing this huge number of people come out and express their frustrations. Now, there was this medical entrance exam for universities. Around 2.5 million students sat that exam. And just a few days later, there were allegations that emerged in the news that that exam paper had been leaked.
It has happened like dozens of times that there's been some kind of exam fraud. It's either the papers have been leaked, the results have been leaked, or there's some kind of like electronic cheating. And it's just not fair for all these millions of students.
Well, I think the point is a fascinating new movement. We don't know how it's going to evolve. Cockroaches tend to survive lots of things, and it is presenting some challenges to the government, and it'll be interesting to see how it adapts to that.
Yep, time to go. That motherfucker coming over here. Ooh, shit. Hey, Carlo, bitch, look behind you. Ooh, shit, motherfucker.
Free Sudan, boycott diamonds and gold. Free Sudan, boycott diamonds and gold. We most definitely cannot forget about the people of Sudan.
Thanks for watching Afro Think Tank. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And follow me on Substack and Patreon for more content. Remember, it's Pan-Africanism or nothing.